Hello there, YouTubers. We're in a very special city. We're going to visit a very special place, and it can only be found in Havana, Cuba. This place I had never heard of before. My friend Alex, our driver, and his wife Veronica, and my wife Janice wanted to check it out because it seemed like a really cool place to visit. It's just outside of Havana in a town of Geminites, and as you can clearly see, the town and the streets and the homes are all decorated in a specific art called Cubism. It was actually created by Cuban artist José Fuster, and in 1975 he moved into this neighborhood, and he decided he wanted to decorate his home in a sort of a colorful mosaic. And once he started doing his own home, he decided he'd ask his neighbors and see if they would allow themselves to be decorated. And of course, most of them said yes. So over the course of a decade, doctors' offices, bus stops, fountains, benches, gateways, and more were decorated by Fuster's whimsical imagination. Today, his artwork coats the neighborhood in a rainbow of strange, enchanting fantasy. It's actually quite remarkable when you drive through the amount of detail in his creations. And again, like I said, it's Cubism, that's the style, but it's really quite remarkable, the amount of detail, and it's hard to show it all on camera unless you're standing in front of it, but try to do the best job we can. A lot of tiles painted, and then there's specific pieces that are put together. That's us. That's me. I hurt my knee at work, but 4 days before I came to Havana. Well, now we're going to enter Fusterlandia, and we'll give you a tour. Welcome to Fusterlandia. Cuban artist José Fuster's art is considered naive, meaning he uses childlike crude shapes and bright colors in his untrained composition. His work has been compared to that of Picasso, a comparison that followed him in successful gallery tours across Europe. After one such tour, Fuster was struck with a desire to recreate something like Gaudi's public works in Barcelona and Brancusi's across Romania, in his homeland. He wanted to put his artistic reality into his real-world surroundings, and he began in his own neighborhood. Fuster had studied at Havana's Art Instructors School in the mid-1960s and continued his education traveling across Europe, where he saw masterpieces by Picasso, Constantine, Brancusi, and Gaudi. The experience stoked dreams of creating work of his own that would earn similar admiration. So he bought this wooden, basically, low house in this town called Geminites, which was sort of our fishing town, rundown fishing town. And he started decorating it, basically. And of course it grew, he did the courtyard and the walls and the house, and then he approached his neighbors, and they liked what he was doing, and they said, sure, let's do it. And I was trying to get a lizard here. There he goes, he ran away on me. It almost feels like you're in a Dr. Seuss experience, where, if you look at his work, everything's drawn in its own special way, and there's really no form or scale. It's just done very naturally, and I was just blown away by the amount of detail and the amount of actually different pieces here. It's quite remarkable. They all are different, and just some are tiles with paint, and some are individual little pieces, as you can see there. They put them together piece by piece by piece. The amount of people hours must be incredible to put this together. It's quite remarkable. And, a lot of the scenes are basic Cuban life, and I noticed a reoccurring theme through the exhibit was eyes. I don't know whether that's supposed to depict the Cuban government always watching, but I found that interesting anyway. But it's got 4 floors. And we're going to take you through in a couple of minutes here. This is the ground floor, obviously. We're going to go upstairs in a few minutes. Just hang tight. We're going to get there. So Geminites was an economically depressed area before Fuster arrived, and now it has turned into an artist's paradise, Tourists are busting the neighborhood to admire Fuster's still growing kingdom, which has spawned a new generation of artists inspired by the surroundings he created. It is true, like when you come through in your car and you see the whole neighborhood decorated, it's really interesting. And there are little places you can buy drinks and souvenirs, and so there's created a tourist economic-based business there. There's our little donation man, our fisherman. Please make a donation. We certainly did. We want to support the project and make sure there's art, the art supplies and maintenance and that kind of thing. An interesting thing about the staircase here going up to the second floor, each tile sort of depicts its own little story, so they're really not connected in any way. It's just sort of a unique expression of artwork. Interestingly enough, downstairs there were a lot of tiles that were still empty, and so there's tons of room to grow here. There were some ceilings that weren't done, there were some walls that weren't done. Even though it looks pretty full, there's lots of places to actually still create, which is interesting. And I almost feel like I'm in the land of Dr. Seuss here. It's because of the shapes and everything. Very unique. Again, if you want to come for like an hour and a half and just experience the magnificent creations and sort of be transported into a different world, this is the place you want to come. It's really unique, and the attention to detail is fantastic, and I just marvel at the amount of work it must take just to create one creation, not every one in here. It's really something. But it'd be great for taking pictures or anything you want, videos, that kind of thing. There's our little, I don't know what that is, a giraffe maybe, or. And now we're going to head up to the third floor. Up here there's a really great view of the whole park, and you can see some of the surrounding town from up here, and we're going to check it out. Fuster has made a major contribution over 10 years of work of rebuilding and decorating the fishing town of Geminites in the outskirts of Havana, where he lives. Geminites is now a unique work of public art where Fuster has decorated over 80 houses with ornate murals and domes to suit the personality of his neighbors. He has built a chess park with giant boards and tables. The artist's wall, composed of a quilt of dozens of tiles signed and donated by other Cuban artists, a theater and public swimming pools. Nowadays, Fuster's art is a cherished part of Cuban culture and joins the ranks of other public artworks such as Gaudi in Barcelona and Brancusi in Romania. He sponsors this project by the sale of his paintings and ceramics. Please donate when you come. It's highly needed. And thanks for watching. It was fun making this video, and I hope you enjoyed it.